We have Mr. Tarun Chawla. He is the Chief Operating Officer in ETG Group. To be precise, he is expertise in so many business portfolio, including Sesame seeds, I would say. What is your view on the current total crop?
Some of the published numbers definitely do not go well with the trade numbers. If you look at the arrival numbers which are happening in the important destination markets, the global trade is somewhere almost 2.2 million tons, which is never close to those numbers which you see in those kind of reports or anywhere. See, primary producers, Nigeria, Burkina, Ethiopia, Sudan, these numbers fluctuate a lot also because competing crop returns are different. Sometimes political reasons, war factors, let's say what happened in Ethiopia. Ethiopia at one time used to produce almost 400,000 tons. It reduced to, now it's half. India at one point of time was producing winter crop of 400,000 and only a summer crop of 30,000 tons. Now the summer crop has gone from 40,000 tons to 150,000 tons. Their winter crop has come down to 250,000 tons. China's crop was a major factor. If you see, China used to produce almost 600 to 800,000 tons. I'm talking about a decade back. 2000. Yeah. When we first introduced in a trade, that was in 2007, China was still a big producer, almost 600 to 800,000. So it was just filling its gap of the total demand and the local production. But today, local crop in China has diminished below 200,000 tons. And that's why we've seen 1 million ton going into China. So it is not that China's demand has gone up to a 1.2 million tons. It was almost 800 to 900,000 tons a decade back, which has gone steadily to 1.2. So if you look at the CAGR rate, it's not what it looks from the import numbers. Import numbers have misleading because it was fulfilled by domestic crop, which has now been replaced by other crops in China because of the government policies, because they are subsidizing soya, they are subsidizing corn, they are giving those farmers those benefits for other crops. And oilseeds is something which China strategically has never, because they always left it for imports. Because if you look at soya bean, they import 100 million tons of soya bean. So oilseeds is more of left for imports, grains is more of own production. So their most arable land is going into grain production, and that is why they let the oilseed be on the import side.
Apart from sesame seed, like when it comes to this dry chili, cumin, China is a major buyer. The import data by China for the first 6 months, it's not even 20% of the previous year's volume. But when it comes to sesame in Shindong port, it's almost the volume which is same as last year. So what's happening in the other ports? What's the problem actually?
See, chilies, cumin seed, again, it's a very something which was led by Horeca segment. And Sesame, the Horeca segment dominance is not as big as these two segments. Because the Sesame oil industry is a very mature industry. The retail or modern trade also has some kind of Sesame penetration. Its dependence is there on Horeca, but it is not to an extent of what chilies and cumin seeds have. Chilies and cumin seeds are largely routed through wholesale markets and wholesalers and into Horeca segment. Sesame, it is a small portion of that. And also the importers are more mature, if I may say. They know that if, let's say today a lockdown has happened in China, they may not take it that the next 6 months the demand will not come. So they are more optimistic about liquidity, demand. Then when it comes to people in the chili industry or cumins, which is something which is here and now. If you're stuck with a commodity, you're not able to liquidate, probably you will not bring in more. Like I said in the beginning of my speech, post-COVID, after 3 years, we are all under one roof. A lot of people we have not met for almost 3 years, and it's been a great pleasure meeting everybody after 3 years, in person, interaction. Makes a lot of difference, and then we see so many things have changed. Pakistan has become an important origin, and some of the crop numbers have changed in terms of, like you said, supply and demand. Ethiopia had erratic last 2 years, but I think conference-wise, it's a very well-organized platform, and I hope and look forward for more from you guys, because I think there is a lot which can be done by, bringing this information age. I think we are still not doing enough. Something for you to be motivated to look forward to, while conference is something which you have done well. But I think in terms of like fortnightly reports or, getting all those things which can actually bring the industry more closer to...
I would like to add this, sir, because we are working on a fortnightly report on sesame seed alone. That would be on a periodicity basis.
Research more, and you will have to invest time in China and major markets like Japan, while you have to come out of your Indian image, if I may say so. Sesame information is representing a trade where India is a part of it. It is not a home for you.
Not on the origin.
Yeah, so you will have to look at multifaceted things rather than. So I think what worked for you in other products, where cashew, let's say today, it's a $2 billion trade in India. It's a huge trade. Sesame in India is an important trade, but not a dominant trade. You look at China being the most dominating player in here. So if you are representing a trade where other geographies are more important, you will have to also reach out and branch out. So that will really help you guys.
This we will really take it, sir. We will do that. Next time when I'm meeting, you will be sharing the updates on that one.
Yeah, and also I think like I said, you should definitely work with some other geographies, maybe Turkey and China for that matter as destination. Involve some people from those markets and bring them out so that you will have a better access to information
Of course.
and disseminating information.
Thank you, sir.